Hey everybody, it's Ron from Pick Dawgz, and this is Ron's Rundown. We're going to go over the MLB games scheduled for Saturday, October 15th, 2022. Now, if you like what you see, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to put your baseball picks in the comment section below, and if you're looking for my best bets, you can find those at the Premium Picks tab at Pickdawgz.com. Alrighty, here we go. Here are the MLB playoff games scheduled for Saturday. First up, we see Game 4 of the NLDS between the Atlanta Braves and the Philadelphia Phillies. This one a 2:07 Eastern start time on Fox Sports 1. The series is Philadelphia leading 2-1, and we're going to see Charlie Morton on the mound for Atlanta, and it looks like a bullpen game starting with Noah Syndergaard as the opener for the Philadelphia Phillies. Now, when you look at Charlie Morton this season, he's faced the Phillies a few times this year. Hasn't really fared too well in those games. Overall, an ERA above 5 in about 26 innings of work, a 5.47 ERA with an opponent's batting average of 301. So that's not what you want to see in an elimination game when you got your starting pitcher struggling so much against the opposition. But even worse, you look at the numbers for Charlie Morton away from home overall. He pitched 83 innings on the road this season and a 5.72 ERA away from home. Much better numbers at Truist Park. So, I do think if the Atlanta Braves are going to save their season, they're going to have to score some runs, and that's why we see this total here set the highest total by far in the postseason out of any game, 9 runs right now, and I like the over here. I think the Phillies are going to be able to get to Charlie Morton, and I think the Braves offense wakes up after yesterday's disappointing result against Aaron Nola and the Phillies pen. The Braves are still one of the best lineups in baseball. They're crushing right-handed pitching overall. I think they bounce back. I think we see the Phillies score some runs as well. I like the over in this Braves-Phillies ballgame. Next up, we see Game 3 of the ALDS between the Seattle Mariners and the Houston Astros. This one a 4:07 Eastern start time on TBS. The Astros lead the series 2-0, looking for the sweep here, and the starting pitchers are Lance McCullers Jr. and George Kirby. Now, we took the over in Game 2 of this series. It was a 4-2 final score, so we fell a little bit short in that one as the total was sitting around 6.5, 7 runs, but I actually like the over at 7 in this game as well. I'm going to take the over here with George Kirby. His only appearance in that wild card series, it was out of the bullpen. He went 1 inning. He didn't give up a single hit or earned run, but he had 26 pitches in that inning, so he had a walk allowed, and his control was off a little bit in that one. And we saw down the stretch of the regular season, George Kirby also struggled with his control, and he faced a couple of weak lineups to end the year, the Oakland A's, the Rangers, and the Tigers. And in 2 of those 3 starts, he struggled quite a bit against the Tigers in his last start of the regular season. 4 innings, 6 hits, 4 earned runs, a homer, 3 walks allowed against one of the worst lineups in baseball. And then back on September 22nd against the Oakland A's, 2 1/3 innings, 7 base hits, 5 earned runs, another 3 walks allowed. So that is concerning for me when you look at how good this Astros lineup has been, and a lineup that doesn't really strike out much, a lineup that's pretty patient at the plate. And a lineup has been getting it done in this series. I do think the Astros will be able to score quite a few runs in this game, at least on Kirby. And when you look on the other side, Lance McCullers Jr., yes, a 2.27 ERA in the regular season, but his control issues are also something I worry about against the Mariners team that's very, very patient at the plate. They actually lead the league in walk percentage, 11.9% in the last month against right-handed pitching. They've been hitting righties overall really well. They're number 7 in team OVS, and the isolated power rankings are ranked 6th. So I think the Mariners can get to McCullers. I think the Astros get to Kirby, and I think we see over here. I'm going to take the over in the first 5 innings. I'm going to take the over in the full game in this Mariners-Astros game. Next up, we see the New York Yankees taking on the Cleveland Guardians in Game 3 of the ALDS. The series is tied 1 game apiece. We're going to see Tristan McKenzie and Luis Severino on the mound, and this is going to be a 7:37 Eastern start time on TBS. Now, we saw on Friday afternoon, the Guardians came back down 2-0 in that game to win it 4-2 in extra innings. Their pitching staff has been incredible this postseason, and that includes Tristan McKenzie, who had a very sharp start in the wild card series against the Tampa Bay Rays. He went 6 innings, 8 strikeouts of shutout baseball, and that was that 1-0 Guardians win in 15 innings. The Cleveland offense hasn't been great in the postseason. They've struggled with runners in scoring position, especially. They were able to get it done in extra innings on Friday afternoon, but I do think this is going to be a pretty low-scoring game overall. I think both pitchers are in good form. We saw Luis Severino in his final start of the regular season have 7 no-hit shutout innings against the Rangers with 7 strikeouts. And I do think we're going to see a low-scoring, pretty close game in the beginning of this one. But the big thing for me is Emmanuel Clase pitched 2 1/3 innings on Friday afternoon. I doubt he's going to be available for this game if the Guardians need him. I mean, it may be at a last resort, but 33 pitches on Friday. You're not used to seeing a guy like Clase, who's really strictly a closing pitcher, go back-to-back days after a 30-plus pitch outing. I just don't know if he'll be available, especially in a non-must-win game. Obviously, the Guardians really want to win this one. Both teams do, but it's not do or die. It's not win or go home, so I don't know if they would want to stretch and run the risk of injuring Emmanuel Clase if they would need him. So, to me, I think that's going to level the playing field a little bit when it comes to the bullpens. I give the edge to the Yankees offense all day long. I think Aaron Judge, he's really struggled in the postseason so far, but I do think he's a breakout away. We saw him have one of the most historic offensive seasons in the regular season by any player. So, I do think Judge will come around sooner rather than later, and I do think the Yankees win this game overall. So, give me the New York Yankees on the money line here at a pretty good price. And in our final game of the night, we see the Los Angeles Dodgers taking on the San Diego Padres for Game 4 of the NLDS. The Padres actually lead the series here 2-1 after back-to-back wins, back-to-back underdog wins as well. And we're going to see Tyler Anderson here with Joe Musgrove as the projected starters. And, it's playoff baseball when a team that won 111 regular season games and a run differential of plus 334 is one game away from being eliminated. And it's going to be a road game here. So, this is not going to be an easy ball game at all for the Dodgers. But I do think that rather than taking a side in this, when I'm leaning towards the under in the first 5 innings, Joe Musgrove was outstanding in that wild card series against the Mets. 7 innings, 5 strikeouts, no earned runs. He only gave up 1 base hit, and he pitched really well down the stretch of the regular season. His last 5 starts overall, including that Mets playoff game, he's only given up a run in 1 of those games, and it was a 1 earned run outing against the Cardinals. 5 innings, 1 earned run. He went 6 shutout against the Diamondbacks with 8 strikeouts. 5 innings shutout against these Dodgers with 8 strikeouts, then 6 shutout innings, 7 strikeouts against the Giants, and then that playoff series performance against the Mets. So Joe Musgrove is one of the hotter pitchers in baseball right now. And you look on the other side, Tyler Anderson, he faced these Padres not too long ago and actually had a lot of success against them. I didn't think he would actually fare too well because the Padres have been hitting lefties pretty well this season, but Anderson went 6 innings, 2 earned runs, and 3 strikeouts, and even though the Dodgers lost that game, in the end, it was in extra innings. It was definitely not because of Anderson's performance. Overall, Anderson having a really surprise season himself, a 2.57 ERA. This has been a lower scoring series. The bullpens have dominated, and I think the starting pitching is going to be pretty good in this particular game. So give me the under in the first 5 innings. I lean towards the under in the full game as well. And that's it. Those are Saturday's playoff games in the MLB. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. And don't forget to put your baseball picks in the comment section below. Again, if you're looking for my best bets, you can find those at Pick Dawgz Premium. As always, this is Ron Romanelli. Good luck.